GM. Where are my glasses? Woke up late this morning, so I'm a bit pushed for time today. But we'll see where we get to. Good morning. Oh, my lights. There we go. There we go. Whoa, look a bit ghostly. Right. Let's do a yarn dev. Get a local build spun up. So I did a bit of work yesterday. What did I do? It's been so long. Quick. Took its time. I think we were working on this yesterday. I spent time working on, although I'm a bit worried about how slow it's now being. I added in this. So I've got some syntax highlighting on the blog posts, which I'm pretty happy with. I'm also doing some syntax highlighting for inline code blocks, so that's cool. And then on the actual blog post itself, instead of dangerously setting the HTML on a layout component, I'm instead using React Markdown. That's great because I've managed to convert my posts into MDX. I'm using a custom Markdown link component for any A tags that are rendered, which looks like this. I'm using a library called Notion to MD, and that sanitizes the HTML or the Markdown by converting all embeds into links, which is annoying. So if there's an embed link, then I'm returning it to an iframe, which is a little bit of a security risk, but I think it's okay for now. Maybe I'll come back to that. And I also introduced the concept of a code block. So if it's an inline code block, just code as normal. Otherwise, use the syntax highlighter. I have a light theme and a dark theme, which I'm pretty sure matches my terminal theme. And for some reason, the language on the syntax highlighter for HTML is HTML bars. So I just need a map. There's any discrepancies between the language that is passed through on the class name. This comes through as language-HTML and things. And if it doesn't match up, then I've just got a map here. So that's looking good. I've also got code wrapping on here as well, instead of having like an overflow. This is starting to come together. Pretty happy with that. Today, what am I going to do today? I need a scroll to top button for the blogs. This is quite long. And people do a couple of things here, especially because the navigation's up here. So if I'm up here and I want to go back to the blog page, I either have to click the back page to go back, or I need to scroll all the way up to the top and navigate here. Ideally, some people do different things here, right? You could either fix the navigation so that remains fixed to the top of the browser, and then the content will scroll below it. But I kind of like it just being a continual page. Now, you could do it on a threshold, which I'm pretty sure my existing thing does. My existing website does this. So you'll notice if I scroll down, nothing's here, and then I hit a threshold and this pops up. So that's cool. But I have ran into the problem where you could scroll to the bottom of the page and this button originally sat over the top of these social icons, which isn't great. So what I want to do is, I want the threshold to appear. Does this disappear if I go above? It does. Nice. I want the scroll to top button to appear once I hit the threshold. So here. except I don't want it to pop on scroll down. I only want the button to appear if I'm beyond the threshold and I scroll back up. Because that's when you would normally be looking to return to the top of the page. So that's the first thing I want to do. I also want something else. Let's see. Skip to content link as well. It's more for accessibility. Scroll to top. I'm not sure I'm going to add this because I think I'm just going to do if it's a relative link. If it's a relative link, then it will be internal. Otherwise, it will be external. So maybe I'll add this, just not in the way that I first intended. Let's take a quick look at that. Here we have a styled link coming in, and we've got some props. This is completely off the cuff, but we could have something like const is internal link. href cover at 0. Can I do that? I do that. JavaScript character at 0. I basically want to get the first. I have to do string dot. Yeah, sentence dot character. Yeah, I knew it. It's because that can be a URL object as well. Anyway, if that was a string, you could do char at 0, and that would give me the first character, which, if it was this, it's relative. Otherwise, it would be this. And if that was the case, then I could do target blank, and then the rel no opener. This can be a string or a URL object. So if I look at the index page, it can also be this. So I could say if href.pathname exists, href.pathname okay, type of href is URL object. No, URL object. Let's get the big cheese open. If a React prop can be a string or a URL object, how can I determine the type? Type of prop equals URL object. Instance of href is an instance of URL object. You can also use the prop as a URL object. You need to do it as const here, right? Do it as const. Created a class. Nah, that's not what we need. Nah. TypeScript. Just type it. That's not GPT's fault, that's my terrible question. Yeah, is it an instance of? An interface. It's going to do the same thing. Yeah, it's just going to say type of. Definitely not the problem that I've run into. This is nonsense, right? But I just want to see what happens here. How do you do the as const? This should not be this difficult. I'm going to put this down to the fact that I've not woken up yet. Maybe we just do it the other way around. So if it's a string, you can do that. Otherwise, we know it's an object. I think we won't say that this is always on. No, we're not. Is it the other way? So it's an internal link if it's a string. Or scar. First is internal link. Is that true though? Let's look at navigation. Yeah, I'm going to /blog/streaming. Let's see what I've got so far. href / download. There's an external link. Pathname /. The only thing I'm worried about is ones that only update the query parameters. So on the blog page, what are these doing? Navs, pathname, yeah, still going to blog. Then updating this. Handle tag change. Pathname here should be relative to. Just gonna check that. Oof, fast refresh was done. Fucking hell. Anyway, pathname. Something's fucking here. Getting a log. Oh, because I didn't change a tag. Pathname /blog. Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to the link. I hate this just now. I suppose it would work. It's an internal link. Target will be something, otherwise it will be something else. And the rel will be the same. So internal link will be this, otherwise it will be this. External link rel no. Actually, I'm going to cheat a little bit here. How did I do it previously? What is the default value of the rel attribute? Just an empty string? Did not know that. Did not know there was an external link type. In HTML, link types indicate the relationship between two documents in which one links to the other using an A or a link. Okay, it's good to know. No follow. I actually don't like this approach because if I want to say there's no follow, if I was on the blog page and I was linking off to an external doc, there's no way of passing that no follow through. Or I can, it would just override this. Depends how clever I want this to be, right? I'm gonna leave this for now because I don't like it. I don't like it. I'll come back to this. Let's add the scroll to top. So fix this, which is good. I also was supposed to add code syntax highlighting. Was that in styles? Let's check that off, and I also what's the other thing I meant to do here? Come on. Need to wake up. Yeah. Replace dangerously set binary HTML. That's what I also did. Alright, let's close this. Couple of things. I'm going to create, here's my layout components. I have the root layout, I have the general layout, and then I think I'm going to create a blog layout. A couple of reasons. I want a few things in this layout, a couple of which being custom hero image. So I want to use this image as a sort of hero that sits behind the nav. So I'll need to build that in. That also means I'm going to need a prop here that passes an image through. I'm going to want a scroll to top button. And I'm also going to want social sharing. And I've just reminded myself to add something here. That is basically going to be here. I'm going to have short, long, and then a let's connect or something. So if you click short, it shows this. If you click long, it gives me a bio. And then I'm going to have a let's connect, which is going to be subscribe to my blog, which will be an RSS thing, which thank you for reminding me. RSS. Subscribe. When I'm on a page like this, I have social icons at the bottom, but these are just generic social ones, right? I think I want to have some sort of sharing functionality. And the question is whether I actually want legitimate sharing. So if I want a Twitter embed that says share to Twitter, and clicking on the button opens up Twitter and then generates the tweet for you. Quick MVP version of that could just be a share button. Clicking it copies the tweet or the content to the clipboard, and then I do a little toast notification saying copied to clipboard. So we're either going to have social media specific or copy to clipboard. I'm actually siding with copy to clipboard. I think you could probably argue this is better overall, but this is faster, which I should probably do first. Maybe I'll just have a share button. Okay, so I need those three things. Do I need anything else here? And I think I'm going to swap this out for... I used to manually add this to the bottom of each of my blocks. I think I'm going to remove this and have a think this is going to be replaced by my share button. I think I'll do that. Okay, so let's do the custom layout. Let's give ourselves a bit more space. So here we have a regular layout. We have a box. Here's our main navigation here. I think I'm going to abstract that because it's going to be the exact same. I'm going to create a header layout. I'm just going to grab all of this. This is just going to be the header layout. Oh, should probably return that. Go. Okay, so let's put this here. Right? I don't think I need this grow here. So we'll take children. And then I think this is going to be the social sharing, right? Nope. So if you get to the bottom of the article, instead of just having the regular social icons appear, maybe I could have my sharing section here that is specific to it. That could be quite a nice touch. How have I managed to arse this? Is it the other way around? Nice. Okay, so that's social media specific. I have the header here. And inside here, I think I want a box. Ooh. Do I have any styled components up here? I do. Just got a styled box here. Do a styled hero. And this is going to be a styled box, and it's going to take this. This is going to be my styled hero. Now what will be interesting here. Okay. Let's keep it styled hero for just now, right? So I want my main nav here. It's a box, children, social sharing. So one thing I'm going to do at the moment is I'm going to go to Pages, Blog, ID Post, and I'm going to replace this with Blog Layout. Hero is missing, so at the moment I'll just pass an empty string here. Right. And I will also learn how to code at the same time. There we go. So this is a little bit funky. Is that because of this? Yeah, okay, so that splits it. Blog layout hero. So let's look at this, right? We have the blog layout, and we have the hero is actually going to be the front matter's cover. So we want to pass the image from the blog post through to the layout component. And then I also, I'm just going to get rid of this. So get nothing here at the moment. And then I'm going to come here and I'm going to paste that here. So, the hero. And instead of setting a fixed width and height, I'm going to say fill, which is going to break everything. And that's where this comes in. So I want the width to be 100%. The position of it to be relative. Width to be 100%, and I want the height to be 500 pixels. All good so far, except, oh well, I could cheat here. I was going to set the Z index of -1, but I think if I just do this, it is. Okay. I don't think I can pass a CSS property through on this, so I'm gonna have to do a box. Do a Z index -1, and let's put the image in here. Just knocks that to the back, and then we've got the header layout. Problem I have is what is my problem? Is it because I've just got that aligned by default? Display flex. What if I made that a column actually? Just get rid of these for just now. There we go. So it's now a column, which means it will align to the top. One thing I want to check out here actually at the moment is Radix UI's aspect ratio. Displays content within a desired ratio. I quite like having the splash here and having it sit under the nav. Problem is, you run into contrast issues here. Because this is a dynamic image and any color can be here, you can run into troubles here. Simple solution is just to have the image as a banner underneath the nav, but then it looks quite blocky. I'm going to take Notion as inspiration, right? So let's go to the professional. Let's open this, right? Yeah, see how it has the block? Yeah, I think I might just emulate this design. In which case, can this just be a box? What if I call this the styled hero? That was just a box. A box, a box. Sure, I managed to arse that up as big as it did. Yeah, I mean, that just solves a lot of problems. Yeah, maybe it's best just to have it like this. Does my header have... Yes, it's got spacing. It's not the end of the world, actually, as long as the spacing was consistent here. So, what is my padding? It's the header. So the padding top is 4, bottom 4. Oh no, it's changed. 7, 7. So I think we should have the same here, at least. So let's take a quick look at the header layout. Which is this. So that's our spacing here. Not sure if I do need that to increase to 4. Oh. The root layout is just this. Box with children. The regular layout is 2, 4. Did I cut that? I tried. I'm so confused. The header layout. Let's look at this. So why did I apply the spacing here on the header, but then I did it on the footers? Spacing horizontal 2. I'm going to take this off the header and apply it to this instead. So we've got the main layout. Because this is the entire box. So it would do it above it, but it wouldn't do it below it. That's why. Okay, okay. Let's keep that as is. Verticals 4 to 7. grab this. The header remains constant, that will go 4 to 7, and then this box. So that should now be 7. So we should now have consistent space between the pair of these. This entire thing should be 4. Nice. And when we go down to mobile, then we should be at 2. Now I wonder how this is going to work. Here we're using an image, we have it all, and we're wrapping it in a 16 by 9. You're actually setting the object fit to cover. Okay. So let's try and do that, because we should be doing mobile first. So let's grab React aspect ratio. What is going on with my terminal here? There we go. Okay, so we should have access to this now, and let's grab this. Now we're going to see how this holds up. We want the object fit to be cover here. See how this works. And then I'm going to replace, shouldn't need this anymore, or this. It's going to be a styled image. Wrap the entire thing in a 16 by 9 aspect ratio. Let's get a local build running. Excellent. Fixed. Back. Alright. I no longer need the Z index. Here we have the styled hero. I don't think I need this anymore. Oh, I do. No, I don't think I need this anymore. There we go. Beautiful. How good is Radix, man? What's it doing? Style. Nice. So it'll take the width of 100%, and then I'm guessing it just calculates. Ah, yeah, it's using padding bottom. I always thought that was a hack, but I'll take it. Nice. So our image is always going to sit in a 16 by 9 aspect ratio, which is pretty handy. Let's just see how that looks on mobile, and then if we go to iPad. So pretty. We just have an empty alt tag here because, I mean, this image ultimately means nothing. It's just a bit of flavor. Cool. So, if we look at this, there's an emoji here. Will I try and get the emoji in? Hero, emoji, children. And for the emoji, I'm just gonna say this an empty string just now, so it doesn't break. I'm going to go to the blog ID here, and that emoji is going to be passed over in something. So I've got post data. I'm going to have page data too here. Just return page data. And then I'm just going to log what's coming back on each of them. Page data undefined. Pourquoi? There we go. Page data icon. There we go. Icon.emoji. And that exists on page data. So I'm going to put that on the front matter, and we're going to have the title, the cover, the emoji, which is going to be page data dot icon dot emoji. I'm guessing it's a string. An emoji request. Icon, type emoji, emoji request. Emoji does not exist. Type emoji. Emoji request. That's a string. Page data dot icon dot emoji. That's correct. Front matter emoji is going to be a string. This is going to be type front matter icon. How can I ensure that icon is of type emoji? Just say that. Type emoji. Why don't we say icon? Page data.icon. Are you freaking out? Object literal may only specify known properties and icon does not exist. Ah, right, okay. Icon Problem is this doesn't have an actual type. Let's see. I think I want this. I'm just going to say this is a string. Icon. Type. It's going to be the string of emoji. And the emoji. Can you find that in there? I'm just going to say a string. Always forward. This is going to be an icon. Export that. Emoji is missing in type external. Acquired in type icon. No, I think I'm just going to force the type here. Say emoji.icon as a string. This would be fine if Notion exported this emoji request, but it doesn't seem to want to. Get posts. What does this return? It's page object. Ooh. Check the type here. Jump through to this. Oh, that's so annoying. Right. Declare type emoji request. Oh wow, so it's actually just defined all of the emojis. So the icon can either be of type emoji with an emoji request, it can be null, it can be external. That's annoying. Emoji does not exist. Can I do type equals emoji? And if it does, return page data.icon.emoji. Otherwise, just return an empty string. This can just be a string. Cool. So if the type is emoji, give me the emoji, otherwise nothing. I'm actually going to add a default emoji. So emoji keyboard. What is going to be my default emoji? That's the question. Objects. Yeah, I think I'll have there's people. Nice. And is there someone on a laptop? Man technologist. Woman technologist. Technologist. Let's just get technologist. Oh, it's a double. Wait, is this a single? Yeah. Ugh, that's annoying. Oh well. Technologist. So at least we always have an emoji here. Icon. We no longer need this or this. The emoji. I'm just gonna call this emoji. Emoji. Oh my god, I'm actually waking up. Right. So we're passing through the emoji here. So we've got a hero image and we've got an emoji. So let's go back to our layout component. Let's come back to this and let's add it in here. So text headline. Then let's add emoji. Emoji is not. Oh. Come on. Emoji is not defined. It should be. Hey, we have a very small emoji. Just to get an idea of size, I'm going to do a text title 1. That's cool. So at least it's the same size as this, which I quite like. Problem is we can't have 2 H1s. Ideally, I want to do this as a span. But this is going to freak out because I've set this so it can only be H1, H2, or H3. That's annoying. What I think I might do... no, because the title's included as part of these children. I was going to add the emoji to the child and then bump the whole thing up. But they will be treated separately. made this relative to 20 pixels. Oh, I always do that the wrong way around. So I could do that and like move it up. The problem is now this gap would be off. So I think I want to absolutely position it. I'm going to create a box here. Let's just do a CSS object for just now. I'm going to say position. Here we have a box. Takes children. The header layout. Where is that max width being applied? Ah, I'm applying it to the content. How am I doing that? It's the title. It's in the H1. Oh, it's because I'm in the layout and not the actual blog. Yes, I've got the children here. So if I actually go into blog ID. Oh. This. This is a hot mess, but hopefully it'll start making sense over time. There we go, so it's now centered. Does that span the entire way? It does. That's annoying. Because if we look at the design here, yeah, this is all in a 720 container. And I kinda like excuse me. I kinda like that the title spans a little bit wider than the content. Doesn't have to, I suppose. If I move, there's the article, and if I just grab this, blog layout, if I turn this off, everything should go to here. Because I have a dedicated layout for the blog now, if I go here, I have this. No, this. And now everything's in 720. What does that look full screen? Yeah, I mean, not great, not terrible. Not sure. Undecided. On the fence. Need coffee. Back in 2 minutes. All right. Second. There we go. Change of plan. I prefer the old ways. To here. I'm gonna add this. It's fucky. That should be full width. There we go. Yeah, I prefer that. So, the question is going to be very difficult to line that emoji up with this. Unless, maybe I'm putting the emoji in the wrong place. Maybe it could be clever here. What if I put the emoji in here? If I just did a span and then put the front matter emoji in here. Now we've got this. Now, let's get this open and let's get the layout open, right? Now the benefit of putting it here is I get the font size for free because it's inheriting it from the text title one, so that's good. If I go to the layout component, I can remove this. That simplifies that a little bit. And what I want to do here is I want to turn this into a block. And for me to do that, what if I made this a span? Made this a display block. Then we would get it like this. And then I know this font size. Look at the computed. So the computed font size is 72 pixels for an H1. 72 multiplied by the line height of 1.5 is 108 pixels, which is what that is there. There's the... So then if I added a CSS object here, and I said, well, what if this was position relative? And what if I said the top was -54? Oh, I thought that was going to be better than what it was. It's because there's spacing there. That's why. So that spacing that I added before, where did I add that? Did I add that in the blog layout? Box means spacing vertical, right? So I'm going to remove that. I added that earlier. There we go. Now it's in the center. So that's in the center because it's 108 pixels, because it has a font size of 72 and a line height of 1.5, which gives me a height of 108. So if I relatively position this component and I say move it up half of 108, then the emoji sits in the center. I like it. I like it. Now, this is inconsequential to the article as well. So, well, let's tidy up actually, because I'm no longer sending emoji through here. I have a custom hero image now. I'm actually sure I want that to be full bleed. Aspect ratio dot root. Is this going to let me put a CSS object on it? Does not exist on it. Yeah. You could do a styled version of it probably. Let's try styled hero, styled aspect ratio, max width 720, margin interesting. Yeah, I think I need to put that on an outer container. I'm gonna reverse that. Let's get rid of this, and I'm no longer passing that through. I think I actually want to do area hidden here. Yeah, I think I just want to ignore that. There we go. Let's save that. Let's put that back the way it was. I made it 1080. So here's my header layout. Here we go, we've got an aspect ratio of 1.9. If we put a CSS object on here and we say a max width 1080. And then a margin 0 auto. Like that. What does that look if I go full screen? Yeah, I prefer that, I think. And I generally just prefer that because if I now go home, that's going to have a different... Container widths are a bit annoying. I think I'm going to remove that. think I'm gonna just, where's the root layout? I think I'm actually gonna make that 1200. What does that make my CV? Actually not terrible. So it'll be fine, because yeah, there's actually very little content on this one. This is fine, because it's sat at 720p, and then this looks fine. Yeah, I think I'll do 1200. Keep it tight. Should need this. Okay. Now the problem is this is a bit of a magic number, because if I change the font size here I have H1 styles. Ha! Which changes based on the breakpoint. That's not gonna work. Nothing's ever simple, eh? Top. I mean, stitches is great here, right? Because I can say top. This is now going to be an object, I think. And then initially this will be the mobile, so we'll just say -10, and then at breakpoint 2 this will be -20, and then at breakpoint 3 -30. So breakpoint 3 we decided was -54 because it's 108. Breakpoint 2 48 times the line height of 1.5 is 72, which is 36. And then initially 36 multiplied by 1.5 is 54, which is 27. Negative 27. Ooh, is it not an object? I need to pass it. Let's have a look. To the ducks! Stitches, yes. There we go. Then you need to pass it through on a variant, although variants, different variants at different breakpoints. Styling. Yeah, so I either make top a variant, or I say at breakpoint 1 do this. I'm gonna say, I think I'm gonna turn this into a styled. Matters a type here, right? Yeah. Let's call this styled. From Matterbot. Style from it. This is going to be a styled box. And we're just going to need to import the stitches config. Let's go back here, just so we can see the changes. We always want it to be position relative. And then we want the top to be -27 by default because we are mobile first. At breakpoint 2, we want the top to be -36. And at breakpoint 3, top -54. Should be able to get rid of this. There we go. Now, it should always be in the center. I think I would like, is this whole thing? Yeah, the whole thing's, yeah, I want a gutter. I was going to have that fill the whole width, but more hassle than what it's worth, I think. Pretty happy with that. I mean, this is just a magic number, so these magic numbers. Computed value is font size multiplied by line height by 2. So at least that serves as a reminder. If I change those font sizes, this breaks. I could go into the text and I could go into these styles and abstract these out into constants. Tell you what, if I have a constants text file, it's just over abstraction. I'm just going to keep it as a magic number. I'm sure it will bite me later on, but what are you going to do? I know it is going to bite me later on. Fine. New file. Text.ts. Right, so we're going to export 3 const. Export const text title small. Text title 1 small. Text title 1 small. So much for not abstracting too early. I'm just gonna leave it. It's just unnecessary code. Right? If I change the font size, I will change these values because the emoji won't line up. It's just the programmer itch to like abstract to make a function, and yeah, that's just not neat. Okay, what do I need now? I need front matter. So I still need a scroll to top button, and I need front matter info. If I look at this, I've got the published date, I've got some tags. This is going to be in the metadata. Doesn't need this, and this is in the URL. So it really only needs the date and the tags. So let's create that. I don't think that's on the actual layout component though, right? Because we have this. So maybe we'll add the front matter afterwards, because we're just working on the blog layout at the minute. Okay, so because there is so little front matter, I'm tempted to add the share buttons in here. So that people see it. Whereas you could be reading like 2/3 of the way down here and you've got no idea. Well, I suppose you could copy the URL. But I'm not sure you're going to make it to the bottom here. So, I also love this mouse. Let's add the scroll to top button. Now, it's going to need to be... I think I can have it as fixed. So here we have the footer. Let's add a box. And the CSS. CSS. Let's start with the CSS object, right? And the position is going to be fixed. And the bottom is going to be 20, right? So we just got. I want a button here. Scroll to top. Here we go. Right, so we've got a button here, and background red. Oh, background of red. Right, so here's a scroll to top button. I actually quite like this being off center. I think I'm gonna do that. So here we have a gutter. And I think I'm going to have the scroll to top here, but then when it's in mobile, it's going to drift into the middle. Which makes me think, gosh, immediately I'm reaching for the styled scroll to... Bit of interest. Let's just just make that an empty string. Oh. What is going on with my spelling? Right. What was I going to check there? Ah, yeah, this. If I just comment this out. Do I want it to cover? Yeah, I think so, because then otherwise, yeah. I want it to cover. Keep it in proportion. Anyway. So this is going to be a styled box. Position fixed. And let's flip this into mobile mode at the moment. So you can see we have scroll to top here, sitting on the left hand side of the page. I want that to be in the middle. So if I do the left 50%, nothing will happen. Oh, it's because I'm not using this. Bottom, do I have access to this? Let's see, bottom 4. Nice. Maybe bottom 7. Yeah, I think bottom 7. Bottom 7, left 50%, and I need to transform it. Translate x negative 50%. That should center it. Nice. So I have a scroll to top button here, which does nothing. I don't think I'm using these, so we'll get rid of it. So here's a scroll to top, and let's see, at breakpoint, at breakpoint 2, I said right 7. Right 50, translate x 50, is that what I want? Yeah, that should be okay. So now I want to flip that, because if I go to iPad, then that is absolutely not where I want it. Excuse me. There we go. Probably still want it in the center there. Yeah, I think I still want it center there. And then if I flip it, I'm gonna actually put that as right 10. What's annoying though is if I take this out of responsive and I go full screen, that's gonna go all the way over there, which I don't want. I'm just gonna go center. I could like work out. I've got a gutter here, right? Because this is 720 and this is 1200. So I can do it on this viewport. The fixed. Could have it here. What if I did? Let's swap this back to left, right? I don't know the width of this actually. Talking nonsense. I was going to go left from here. But we know the width of this. So I would need to get the client's width. Nah. I'm going to go simple. Just don't see any benefit. Scroll to top. Left 50%. Background red. Transform negative. Oop. Then bottom. So then the only trouble is we might run into this. Yeah, I think I want this quite high up. So there's a problem, right? Because I'm scrolling all the way down and now these, well, they're not fully blocked, but once the button's in, it means that you would need to like adjust the scroll so you could go in and click them. So I only want it to appear if I'm scrolling up. How would I do that? I'm going to take this off because it's going to be somewhere else. And then this is going to be this. Okay. I think this is going to need to be a component. It's only going to be used in one place, so I can take the container styles with it. Yeah, let's do it. I have the button here. Because I just want to abstract this logic, right? So, layout. Let's grab this. And I'm just going to say scroll to top button. And this doesn't exist here. So I'm just going to grab this. And this. Should be us now. Right, so now we're back to where we were, except we've abstracted this out. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to need some logic in here. Because I'm going to need to be tracking a couple of things. I need to track the user's current scroll position. And is the user scrolling? I'm pretty sure Josh wrote an article on this. Maybe not. Let's ask the big cheese. Oh. In React, I implement a scroll to top button. That should only appear after a given vertical threshold. I'm just going to break this down so I can see it. So we're asking for a couple of things here. We're saying, how do I implement a scroll to top button? The button should only appear after a given vertical threshold is reached. And only button should also only appear if user scrolling. Excellent. Use effect for the scroll event listener. Yeah. Use the use state hook to store the current scroll position in the listener. Check the current scroll position. Previous scroll position. Mm-hmm. I'm going to create a function here called handle scroll to top. That will do something. We are going to wonder if I need state. Const scroll y says scroll y. Oh, nice. I've got this here. I'm just going to leave that there for just now. I need some state that's going to store the scroll position. And I'm going to infer his user scrolling up. I'm a big fan of the use previous hook. Where was the last place I used that? I think it was in the camera. It's not in the camera. It was in the menu bar. Here we go. I'm gonna grab this use previous. Really like this little hook. So this is the only hook I need. Let's grab this. Export function use previous. Just in here as well. This is just a cheeky way of storing the previous stateful value, right? And const previous scroll y equals use previous, and then I'm going to pass the scroll y in here. And if the user is scrolling up, if the previous, or if the previous scroll y is greater than the current. I'm guessing this would start at 0, although if someone linked to a header on the page, I'm going to say undefined to begin with. I'm going to type it as a number, which means use previous scroll y of a number. Maybe I'll just type this as a number as well. No. Expected 0 type arguments. Ah, it's because I've not typed this. So the value of... Ooh, this is going to take a generic of t. T is not assignable to type undefined. So ref, use ref, that'll be of type T as well. So then the return should match whatever's passed into it. So if I'm on the button, this shouldn't be a number because a number is passed into it. If I was to pass a string into this, this will always return that string. If that was a string, then this would be a string. Handle scroll to top is going to be set scroll y to 0. And we're going to need a use effect here that's tracking scroll position. Styled scroll to top is going to be a box. Be hidden if the user is not scrolling up. And let's add some funkiness here, right? So let's add some padding. I'm just going to add a space here just to denote custom styles. Let's add some padding of 10, make it big and chunky. And then inside of here, let's get some text docs. Scroll Y. Previous scroll Y. Current. Previous. Smooth. This is kind of messing up the component, but I'm not really messing around with the styles at the moment, so it's not the end of the world. We can just sort of butcher this. Let's just say direction is vertical. There we go, so we can see the current, the previous, and the scroll to top. So we are going to create a use effect And the use effect is going to grab the current scroll, and this is what I wanted ChatGPT for. Right. Here's the threshold. Oh, yeah, we're going to need that as well. Top ref. Add event listener. Scroll. Handle scroll. Yeah, let's grab this, right? Because this will add and remove our event listener, and we'll do handle scroll. So function handle scroll. Const scroll position. Scroll position. Scroll position y equals, let's just say 0, and then we are going to set scroll y to scroll position. Hidden is button hidden. We're going to say is the user scrolling up, and we're also going to say const threshold passed. The threshold will be passed scroll y is greater than 500, which I'm pretty sure they use in this example. We can tweak this value. And then const is button is hidden if the user is not scrolling up, or if the threshold is not passed. I think I'm going to need to change this in a second. That's cool. Okay, so I'll need to change this once the values kick in. And I'm actually going to remove this. And I'm going to add in here. It's hidden. I think I need to do this. I thought it would automatically stringify it. There we go. Okay, well. Do I need this? I do. Learn to code. Cool. So we have a current of 0, previous of undefined, and is hidden true. Right? It's because we're setting the scroll height to 0. So this, we're not putting a dependency array in here because we want this to run after every render. Handle scroll. It's going to be in here. I think this can actually exist here. And how do I get the user's current scroll position? Page wide offset. We should be okay to add window inside the use effect because use effects don't run server side, which means window will always be defined inside a use effect, which is handy. There we go, so you can see it cranking up, which is good. So is hidden is true because I'm currently, well, actually, Yeah, I've got it the wrong way around. Oh, no, that's correct, that's correct. I'm at the top of the page, and the threshold has not been met. So I'm currently scrolling down, and the scroll to top button is going to be missing. And beyond the threshold, and if I scroll up now, is hidden as false, and the button should appear. It's hidden as true, is hidden false. Now, yeah, there we go. So we're going to scroll to 0, set scroll to top. Yeah, I suppose we can just do that, yeah. I was going to manually set the scroll Y to 0, but if we scroll to top, that will set this page Y offset to 0, which will set the scroll Y to 0. So that should be fine. So if I come down here and click this, now we have a scroll to top. There we go. Why do you have the ref there, though? Use a ref to store a reference to the top page. Top ref. Scroll to top 0. Yeah, I don't think I need this. That's weird. So what I was curious about here was... these don't have any IDs attached to them. Fair enough, that's not going to be a problem. If this had an ID of the menu bar, and someone comes into this page, the page would automatically scroll to here, and I'm guessing this use effect would kick in. But anyway, we can remove all the garbage here, because we know this is correct. This is a box component. And my box component has display variants attached to it. I think I can just do display none. So problem is I'm going to want it to animate in, so I don't want display none. It's going to be its fixed position. We can deal with animations later. Position left. What am I going to do here? I want to pass in... I'm going to create a variant here. And the variant is going to be hidden. Although I'm not sure I'm going to be allowed to do that, because hidden is actually a property. And use visible. Well, I could use visible, but that is shown. Active. active is true, then I want the bottom to be 10. It's not active. Is this gonna work? Let's see how clever it is. Can I do calc here? I'll be so impressed if this works. I mean, I'm already impressed, but I will be ultra impressed. I'll also be ultra impressed if I can learn to fucking type. I just do this. I'll make this entire thing a string interpolation. I say calculate. Oh, I might not even need that if I just say space 10 multiplied by -1. Nothing's happening because I'm not passing anything through here. Keep the naming consistent here. Is the button active? The button is active if the user is scrolling up. And the threshold has been passed. Nice. So it is moving, it's just incorrect. So I don't actually even need a calculation here, right? I can just say -100. -1000, and then it's off the page, right? And then I bring it here. There we go. So now we've got a big old scroll to top button. Let's close that. If I scroll up, scroll to top appears, which means I can scroll all the way down. My social icons are here, and then if I'm like, oh, I need to get back to the top, this button's going to appear, and then this is going to scroll me back to the top. Okay, so at what point do I want this to appear? I'm gonna say 1000. Don't want it to come in too early. Yeah. 1000 takes me below the title. How does that look on mobile? Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I no longer need this. Let's drop the padding down to 4. Do I have it as scroll to top? Or do I have, let's go to Radix icons, and then pin top. Do I want the pin? Maybe. Anyway, that can be on. I'm not doing styling yet, so I mean, let's go to top. I'm just gonna keep that for now. Get rid of this. And finally, what we at? 217. Yeah. Should I maybe add the front matter in here? Then that'll kind of finish this page off. Yeah, let's do it. So on the blog ID page, there's a styled front matter. We've hidden this. Oh, I actually want that. Because anyone who's using a screen reader, there's my button. I actually just want this area hidden. There's no point in announcing this to the user. Because they have other means of getting back to the top of the page. So I'm just going to hide that from screen readers. Don't need this anymore. Don't think we need this. Let's keep this. We'll not style it later. So I'm going to do front matter. And for the front matter, I want to be on the ID. Here's the tags. Here's the title. Here's the date. So I'm going to create a box here. Already have a box for this as well. Here's the blog layout. Where's the spacing being added here? Ah, it's because I've shifted that up. Styled front matter is there. Blog layout. I actually want all children to have this. Direction vertical. I'm gonna make this a box. And then I'm gonna grab this and put this in my blog layout. Box as main, direction vertical, flex scroll. Style image. Styled main. Styled main tag. Oh, it's actually a styled box. Styled content, I suppose. And the reason I did that is because I want to shift everything up relatively. And that actually leaves the gap here, which isn't terrible actually. I kind of want a bit of breathing space between the content and the icons. That's fine. I've got this awesome new scroll to top button, so I can just jump all the way back up. And the last thing I want to do is I'm going to add some spacing here. So here we have the text title, we have the date, and we have the tags. This is going to be a box, and the direction will be vertical. Just stick. I actually don't think I... Yeah, because that's its own thing, right? Okay. I don't think I need this one. Let's remove that. Box. Wait, box. Close box. I need one more. There we go. So we've got a vertical here. I want this to have a gap of 2. So there's just a little bit of space between each of the pieces of front matter. And then I want the same spacing as the layout. It's 1, 2, 4. What if I do this? So it'll be 4, and then when I come out here, then it'll be 7. Interestingly, that's a line there. I'm gonna do, let's look at the layout. I'm gonna grab this as well. Then I'm gonna do that, and then that just aligns nicely. Interestingly, yeah, I'll keep that. And this, just go in here. Depends if article should include the front matter. It probably shouldn't, right? Yeah, let's just keep it like that. There we go. Although the title's here now. I think this whole thing is an article. So we have a main here, and then we have the whole thing as an article. I remove that. Text, vertical. I'm sort of shooting from the hip here. I want the whole thing, and then I want this box, and then if I put that in here. I think I want some more spacing here. How does that? So that looks good there. Here I want to give this a bit of breathing room. Let me just get my head around this. So here's the actual markdown content. So that's from here down. we have this. I'm just going to add an ID here. Front matter. Just to remind myself that that's what this is. I want that because I want the 720 content container here. So the entire thing is an article, which includes the header for the article, includes some front matter, and includes content. I want to add some breathing room here. That's what I want. So this text title 1, let's wrap that in a box. You get a box, you get a box, everyone gets a box. Nothing should happen. And then CSS. Breakpoint 3. Better yet, this has a variant, so I can say spacing horizontal. Where's my hand? There it is. Ah! At breakpoint 3. Give me space of 10. Oh, you don't like that. Oh, I think I can just say initial for breakpoint 2. I think I can just pass a number here, right? There we go. So at breakpoint 3, I think I just want that to be 7. That just gives it a bit of breathing room in here. There's an argument. Nah, I want it left aligned. Just reads better. There we go. Yeah, I prefer it left aligned. I can tell when I'm tired or I've been doing it too long, when I spend too long just like enjoying the scrolling motions and things like that rather than actually coding anything. Couple of things to finish. I'm going to get some icons for here. So here's the date. Box says this is going to be an unordered list. Oh, no, that's wrong. This is going to be an unordered list. This is going to be a list item. This is this. Should be horizontal by default, so we shouldn't need that. And then we're going to go to Radix icons. Gonna find a calendar icon. Go. And then we're going to line items to center. Then we're going to do a gap just to give it some space. Same here. Published. And then for the tags, this one's a bit trickier. I need something abstract for tags. Maybe the info icon. Not terrible. It is like supplementary information, so let's see. Where did I see that icon? It was here. Question mark. Did I just pick something at random? Maybe this list bullet. Yeah, maybe that's more appropriate. List bullet. What's that? I'm also going to do one more here. A mystery property. Icon. Text docs. 10 minutes. So we can see the publish date, we can see related tags, and you can see 10 minutes. I think I'm actually going to swap these around. Just because this is probably going to extend more, and I quite like it when it cuts in like that. It's weird when they're like different sizes. So we can see the associated tags, the publish date, and the reading time. I'm just going to increase the gap here. That's better. Did I add spacing top? Let's see. Okay. Don't think I did. There's quite a lot of space between the pair of these, right? Ah, it's because that has spacing and there's a gap. That's why. And that's because React Markdown, the gap of 2. Take this one. No. That's my front matter, which is why I put that ID to remind myself. If I take that off, then that removes all of that, which this completely removes any line height. But it's really simple spacing. And it just ensures consistent spacing between, yeah, like the titles like that. I actually like that. Not a massive fan of this, but yeah, that's coming together nicely. There we go. Scroll to the top. If that's the case, I only want on my front matter. I don't think I added that. If I go to styles, spacing horizontal, spacing start, padding left and padding right. Padding left, I'm just going to change this because I'm trying to be too clever. I'm going to say spacing left, and then we're going to change this to spacing right. 2 more. Top. Bottom. Top right, bottom left. Then grab this. Top right. Bottom. There we go. Just add the variants in. So I can now just say, give me spacing at the top, which will separate it from the title. I've just always made it 4. Does it need to be 7? Want like a massive gap. To be fair, it adds, yeah, so that's fine. I'm going to add, we have the mark down here. Let's add a separator. I need to add dot root. Separator, that's the page I'm on just now. Con separator root. That's because I was messing about with that, but yeah, separator root. Orientation horizontal. Decorative. Separator dot root. Orientation horizontal. Decorative. Bring this in. I don't need this. Let's just move that up. Interesting. Maybe I do need to style it. Step 4, just to give it some breathing space. Divider component. And that divider component is going to be this. It's going to take props. We'll return this, and we'll have a constant separator. Separator. Import styled from the config. Let's get this. Just allow that. Separator. Some default props here. Just have a divider component here. Just going to go to radix separator. Let's see what you're saying. Just going to grab this. It's to be, I don't know. Wait. There we go. Now we've got a divider. This should be a default one. Box, stick the divider inside of it, and then I'm going to say spacing vertically equals 10, just to get, yeah. So I think if I just made that spacing bottom 10, this is my front matter. I did that. It's aligned. See, this is all aligned. This is going. Okay, that is definitely not the answer. Kind of like the offset. I could like center it in here, but I don't know. I kind of like it being, because it's going to render like this, right? And I kind of like this all being part of it, and then it goes into a central column. does that look on Mobley? Just that. I think I want the gap. What's that? Is that 7? You could spend all day on this, right? What if I just made that 7 and then that 7? This. What the divider? Spacing horizontal. Initially, I'm going to say 7, then at breakpoint 2. Then that should just give it a little bit of space there. So going to go to full 10, I think. Maybe just an ever so slight. Yeah. Let's just take it off. Take it all off. There we go. Nice. So we have a 16:9 image here. We have our emoji here, which is hidden from screen readers. We have our title, which is using the React Wrap Balancer. We have some front matter. This is hard coded. Deal with that next time. Let's do it. It's the reading time. Content. We also have formatted code samples. Got a nice wrap, and we also have this scroll to top button. Pretty productive sesh. I like it, considering how tired I was in the beginning. Oh yeah, I was going to do those links, but that can wait. All right, what did I add today? I added aspect ratio. Created a divider component. I created a use previous hook. I created a scroll to top button. I don't think I'm using this anymore, so I think I can actually just revert that. Place spacing end. Top. updates blog layout. Nice, GG's, well played. Me. Let's push that. That'll do me for now. Oh, actually, there's one little thing that is really annoying me that I missed. Let's clear all this and just quickly, how long have I got? 9 minutes. On the CV page, what's the CV? I broke this, so I've got CV open here, and I'm looking for, that's the header, CV, that's in contacts. I don't think I want this one. Here's my profile, which I don't know. Profile, here's my experience, it's this one. Initially, I want this to be vertical, and otherwise I want it to be horizontal. There we go. Man, that was annoying me. Fix CV stacking. Just push that too. Good times. All right, while that deploys, I'm just going to close this. That's me done for today. What did I do today? Today I messed around with external links and failed miserably, so that's still on my to-do list. I just cancelled my local dev build, so that's not going to work. I'll start that again. Today I primarily focused on the blog post layout page. I've added a 16:9 aspect ratio of the hero image, and I've chosen to set it under the main navigation to ensure that this retains proper contrast with the background, because this is a dynamic image. I added a cute little emoji to just give some sort of separation and make it feel less blocky. The title is using React Wrap Balancer. I've formatted some of the blog's front matter, and I've added a static 10-minute timer for reading time onto the front matter, which I will deal with next week. And I also added, if I come down here and then I scroll up, I added a scroll to top button, which only kicks in if I go past a specific threshold, and then I scroll up. And that will do me for today. Thanks for watching all. Catch you next time.